Evening had settled over Toronto like a heavy blanket of mist and light. The rain had finally stopped, but the city was still dripping, shining, steaming. The streets glowed gold under the reflections of streetlights. It was that hour when everyone's rushing home, tired faces, wet jackets, endless lines at coffee shops, and streetcars screeching around corners. I was thinking about calling it a night. My body was tired, my mind halfway home already. Then, ping, another ride request. When I glanced at the name, I smiled. Dave! I laughed out loud. No way, could it be the same person? Same name, same pickup area, maybe a coincidence? Still, something told me to accept, so I did. 5 minutes later, I pulled up near a small cafe tucked between two glowing storefronts on Queen Street. Through the window, I saw him, the same slim build, hoodie, ukulele case on the table beside a half-empty cup of tea. He looked up, recognized me instantly and grinned. "No way," he said as he got in. "You again?" I smiled. "Guess we're destined to finish that ride." He laughed. "I just wrapped up the gig I almost missed. You won't believe what happened." "Oh, I'm listening," I said, pulling into traffic. As we rolled through the night streets, Dave's voice took on a different tone, softer, thoughtful. "So I told you earlier I had a gig, right? It was at this small open mic cafe, nothing fancy, just a handful of people, locals, artists, students. I got there late, thought I'd missed my turn, but the host said, 'We're running behind, you're up next.'" I glanced in the mirror. "Perfect timing." "Exactly," he said, smiling. "So I went up there and started with the same songs I played in your car, but something felt different tonight. I don't know. Maybe it was that ride, or maybe just the rain, but every lyric felt deeper." He paused, looking out at the shimmering city. Halfway through the second song, I saw this older lady in the corner. She was crying. At first I thought maybe she was just emotional, but after the set she came up to me. He stopped for a second, gathering his thoughts. She said, "Young man, you have no idea what you just did. I lost my son last year. He used to play the ukulele. I wasn't even supposed to come out tonight, but something pushed me to. And when you sang that song about waiting and peace, it felt like God was speaking straight to me." The car went quiet for a moment. Even the hum of the tires seemed softer. I felt a chill crawl up my arms. "Wow," I said quietly. "That's powerful." Dave nodded slowly. "Yeah, I didn't even know what to say. I just stood there, stunned. Then she said something I'll never forget. She said, 'Don't stop. The world needs what's in your songs.'" He let out a shaky laugh. I almost cried right there. We turned onto Bathurst Street, the city lights glittering on the wet road. "You know," I said, "if we hadn't gotten stuck in that traffic earlier, you might have rushed through your day, maybe even missed that performance entirely." Dave exhaled, smiling softly. "Yeah. Funny how things work out. I was so angry sitting in that jam, but now I see, maybe I was right where I needed to be." "That's how God works sometimes," I said. "He slows us down so we don't miss what's meant for us." He nodded quietly, staring out the window. "Yeah, you're right." We rode in comfortable silence for a while. The city passed by, the CN Tower glowing in the distance, reflections rippling across puddles, streetlights stretching shadows across the pavement. Then Dave spoke again, voice low. "You know, I started playing music because of my brother. He used to say, 'Music heals what words can't.' He passed away 3 years ago. I stopped playing for a long time after that. Couldn't even look at this thing." He tapped the ukulele. "Then one day I woke up and felt this push, like I needed to start again. But it's been rough. Some days I doubt everything. Today was one of those days." He looked up at me in the mirror. "Until that ride." I felt my throat tighten. You mean our first ride? He nodded. Yeah. That traffic jam forced me to sit still long enough to remember why I started. You didn't know it, but the way you just listened, the way you were vibing, it reminded me that my music still matters. I smiled, shaking my head. Man, you're gonna make me tear up in here. He chuckled softly. Guess we both got something out of that storm, huh? Sometimes a delay isn't a setback. It's a divine appointment. Thanks for riding along with me tonight. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Until next time, drive safe and be kind. You never know who you might meet.